We're here at the public justice function. As you can see, everyone's starting to take their seats. There's going to be a big dinner to honor Paul. It's quite humongous in scope.
I have been talking to
Here's his little camcorder.
Founders, along with a number of approximately 200 other prominent lawyers who founded what was then known as Trial Lawyers for Public Justice, and now we're Public Justice. In 1982, Paul was already one of the nation's top lawyers. He was taking cases that long ago that made a difference. He was doing that in his private practice, and he was doing it as part of our organization. Paul has been finalist for the Trial Lawyer of the Year Award. He won a record settlement for representing migrant farm workers who were lured to Washington by false advertisement that there would be plentiful jobs and they would have all types of immigration assistance. He won a precedent-setting appeal in yet another case, a case against a toxic pesticide manufacturer. That case made a new law that protects consumers and workers throughout the state of Washington. As we speak, Paul is prosecuting a major class action case against AT&T for misleading and overcharging millions of customers. In November, the Washington Supreme Court reinstated an $8 million default judgment against Hyundai for a paralyzed man that was represented by Paul and his firm. Although we had the good fortune of having Paul as our president in 2002, we are not the only ones that have benefited from Paul Strickmatter's wonderful leadership. He served as president of the Washington State Trial Lawyers, and he was the first chairman of the Northwest Justice Project. That was a project dedicated to serving low-income residents throughout the state of Washington. Paul was the first chairman of the Access to Justice Board, established by the Washington Supreme Court in 1994. Nor are we the first to honor you, nor will we be the last, I'm sure, to honor you. Paul received the American Bar Association's prestigious Pursuit of Justice Award in 2003. Last year, he won the Washington State Association for Justice's Lifetime Achievement Award for his long and his impressive record of legal accomplishments. He has been repeatedly recognized as a super lawyer and one of the best lawyers in America. But forget all that. Paul actually likes climbing mountains. And by that, you think I am kidding. But Paul has climbed all these beautiful peaks that you see throughout Vancouver when you look out in windows. So he was climbing mountains not only legally, but personally. And he actually climbed to the top of Mount Rainier. And he actually asked that the name of Mount Rainier be changed from Mount Rainier to Mount Strickmatter. And that may be one of the few things that you were not able to win. I'm told that he no longer climbs, but I'm also told by his lovely wife that he got a hole-in-one in May for his new passion of golf. There are finally two special points that I have to mention about Paul. In a personal matter, Paul is very vocal, and even is the word giddy and glowing when he talks about his lovely wife, Mary Elizabeth, and I certainly understand why. She has supported his success, and he often says his success and his joy is because of you. Mary Elizabeth, we honor and we thank you too, because you also have that passion for the sense of justice and public justice, and we thank you for being there as well. And finally, when Paul was president, Public Justice, then Trial Lawyers for Public Justice, had a very significant challenge. A month after Paul was elected president, Arthur Bryant, our executive director since 1987, was in an almost near fatal car crash. So Paul had probably the most difficult year as president of this organization that anyone has ever had. And as usual, he gave us his time, extraordinary skills, leadership, and you gave us your heart. And because of you, we all pulled through that very difficult year, and we thank you very, very much for that as well. So it is my great privilege to welcome a man who is not only a dear friend, but the defender of the common good, the defender of the ideals of justice, of public justice, and you were such a good-hearted man to boot. We give you the Champion of Justice Award because you are the most deserving. So I would ask Paul Strickmatter to please come up.
So many people that have come up to me during this convention and congratulated me about this award, and I can assure you that the love that I have received has been greatly appreciated. 30 years ago, at the ATLA convention in San Francisco, Ralph Nader gave an inspiring speech challenging trial lawyers to create a law firm to advance the cause and legal rights of injured people in this country and to promote public justice. I was in the audience that day, and along with many others, I was on my feet applauding the speech, applauding the concept, and indicating a willingness to support this idea professionally and financially and personally. It was a momentous day, and while it took us 2 years to get things established, that was the beginning of our public justice organization and family. And with the early leadership of Tony Roisman and then the long and dedicated career of the brilliant Arthur Bryant, we've exceeded the wildest dreams and expectations of that speech of Ralph Nader. The body of work by public justice and its members over the past 28 years is truly unparalleled in America. It's been my personal honor and pleasure to serve this great law firm and foundation over the years. The cause to serve the interest of public justice is certainly a noble one, and I will cherish my memories of this work and of this honor that you give me tonight forever. I just hope that today's young lawyers will be inspired tonight and by the work that they see that public justice has done, and they'll carry on this work over the next 30 years. Because the cause is nothing less than justice for all. The fight is never ending. You cannot ever give up the quest. I would like to acknowledge the support and love of my wife, Mary Elizabeth, and her fight also for public justice. My dear, won't you stand up? Finally, I want to thank my friends in public justice. My life has been personally enriched not only by the work of this fabulous organization, but by the multitude of friends that I have made while fighting side by side for justice for all. I take great pleasure in having met and worked with all of you. You all in my heart are truly the champions of justice. Thank you so very much.
Who's going to give me 3? Me doing 3. Who's going to give me 3? Somebody win a minute. Who's going to win right now? Who's going to give me 3,000 on the bill? Bit by. Who's going to give me 3? He's got 28 right now. 28 to get 3. Got 3 right now. It's going to cost you 32. 3 right now. Who's going to give me 32?
Sorry, this is bizarre. What will the Martians say when they come to our country?
Got it, 32, everybody. You're tonight with 34. 32 to get 34. Who's going to be 34? Ladies' choice, everybody. Come on, Paul. I know she's got experience buying things. Don't let this one $75 bill. I need 75. I got 7 right now. It's going to give me 75. You're tonight with 75. Who's going to give me 75? This means yes, this means no. How about $75 bill? I got 7 right now to this gentleman.
It doesn't do it.
Karen and her omnipresent candidate.